DMZ is a hit. Quite unexpectedly, it was the new mode of Warzone 2 that became the most interesting. The local analog of Escape from Tarkov and The Division managed to seriously drag out. This is a completely independent game based on Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, which skillfully uses the achievements of its colleagues in the shop. The essence of prostate madness: before disembarking, you select a few tasks and go with 2 friends to the map. The goal is any. Can complete missions. You can search for loot. You can just walk around the world and look for something interesting by eye. In terms of atmosphere, DMZ is really the closest to Tarkov, which is surprising. Unlike the Royal Meeting, where you can instantly end the match from a random bullet from one of the 150 players around you, it almost never happens here. Meeting with players is a rarity. You are constantly surrounded by bots, and at first glance they reach insanity stupid, and they are, but this does not prevent them from keeping on their toes. Firstly, they are very well aimed, but occasionally they can almost get close. Secondly, there are just a lot of them, and you don't always catch them. They killed everyone in the area, or someone found a very secluded place to declare themselves at the most inopportune moment. Thirdly, they very actively use all kinds of grenades. Sometimes they can be mistaken for players, thereby increasing the already high degree of tension in any battle. A feature of the DMZ is that almost any landing seems non-trivial. Clearing the next location, it may be that the situation is under control. However, a completely random action can break the entire coherence of the team. The ally suddenly fell at the level of the alien or came under reinforcement. Launching DMZ, be sure to enable voice chat inside the game. It allows you to hear your players near you, but they can hear you too. With detection, you can negotiate or, for example, just eavesdrop. Upon completion of the landing, you install with you absolutely everything that you managed to pull out: weapons, equipment, blueprints, keys. Some things will simply be credited to you as experience, something, keys, backpacks, weapons, jewelry rewards, can be used on landings. Also, just now in the DMZ you can open one of the new guns for MW2 and Warzone 2. Infinity Ward keeps a very precise balance. Each game, MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ, exists separately, and each can be considered separately. But those who play everything get even more. And in the end, the creators succeeded. Confrontation Warzone was scolded that it forces you to buy Modern Warfare, since the pumping of weapons in multiplayer is much faster, but now you can't say for sure. For example, in the DMZ, barrels swing even faster than in Modern Warfare 2. The main thing is to go to the DMZ with a group of friends. It's interesting and fun and interesting. It is also possible with random players, but here it's already how lucky. Someone does not like to communicate, someone comes in purely to neigh and can substitute at the most unfortunate moment. And oh, how not worth it to die in the DMZ, you disappear absolutely everything that was on you. In general, the DMZ is now exceptionally happy. Not everything is perfect here, I would like more variety in the types of missions themselves, but in general, you can get a lot of fun here. Now the mode exists with a beta mark. Let's expect Infinity Ward to actively develop it, getting their hands on a truly offered game. Warzone 2 isn't that bad. In the last text, I ride through the royal battle, I hasten to pick up some of the discontent. First impressions did occur somewhat false. Warzone 2 has received. There are a lot of idea games that have found an interesting development, and there is enough to. But the most important thing is missing, the consequences of novelty. Despite many changes that seem to be more like just to change something, it is still the same battle royale for the most part. With matches a little longer, with a slightly larger map and a slightly higher pace. The main global change has become much more interesting. Most of all, this huge opportunity to interrogate opponents located far from foreign countries. What else? You get used to the backpack, and it really fits, has a lot of flexibility in the match. Now it is not required what reward or equipment to take, part seems to be able to be put in a bag. But the Gulag is still too tricky, in battle most often they give only pistols, which already spoils part of the pleasure from the regime, and the presence of the second player almost does not affect the impression.
The idea with the appearance of the boss is interesting, but
most often everyone runs away from him in the hope of killing a friend of a friend. Now the new Call of Duty is actually 5 games in one. Story campaign, multiplayer, co-op, battle royale, and DMZ. Some of the content is available absolutely free, you do not need to buy Modern Warfare 2 for this. It is almost impossible to find such a valuable and profitable offer on the market today. And this is just the beginning, there are 2 years of active support ahead. Yes, with reservations. According to the media, a huge paid expansion will be released in the fall of 2023, and possibly at the price of a full-fledged Call of Duty.